Alright, so boom, check it. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you real quick. For the majority of my short videos, it's been me talking about games of yesteryear, like games I played and I loved, and just discussing about them. But I really didn't have a format to talk about, like why I appreciate them, and I didn't know how to go about them. Like I didn't know if I wanted to do like the Sally Face video where I went, you know what I mean, like go through like majority of the parts that I've favored and just talked about them, or like I did in my other ones and just kind of go over and talked about what I liked. So since I'm gonna just talk about what I liked about them, and I'm going to like put like multiple in one video because I ain't gonna lie, I got a long list, and so looking at the long list is not a good motivator. So I'm breaking these up into four. Like I'm talking about 4 games a day that I appreciate and I like, and I'm just gonna be going over things I liked about them and why they're interesting to me and why they on my bro, you must playlist. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get started. First, I'm talking about Bully. Bully was one of those games where it's just it has a good atmosphere. Like you didn't like it was so unique and it has so much character to it. Like even when it first like the first opening scene where you get to like meet Jimmy, meet the school, and like you overall get the feel of how the game is. Um, and and first off, like when it first started, like there's a couple first missions. I thought, oh, you doing this around the school. This is a nice story. But when the world opens up, where you could like go to the street, the beach house, the carnival, like it's like a really expansive game. But Rockstar was doing a thing back in the day. Not so much now, cause I think GTA. Anyway, yeah, I really appreciated that game. I didn't play it that much, but I did play it enough to like, bro, it's a good game. It's not on my top 10, but listen, it's up there, bro. And it's a really like intriguing game. The characters, like, bro, you gotta give it up for my man Jimmy. The acting, 100%, bro. And the names, the funniest things I thought was like the school like activity, like actually like doing your going to class, doing all the assignments. Like, bro, I would have failed that freaking one English class where you had to make words, bro. It would have been bad. But overall, it was like a really interesting game, and the characters were on point, and it had a good story. And I heard, whispers about Bully 2 coming up, and if that drops, I might have to buy it. I said that was seafood, but I ain't got no bread. Anyway, so next on the list is Firewatch. Man, Firewatch, bro, like Firewatch is the definition of like perfect story. This was like, I think Firewatch predated Life is Strange. If Firewatch was first, then this was like the biggest like story like driven game that I remember from when it dropped, and it was just like, bro, a masterpiece. Like people said the ending wasn't how they liked it, but it's to each their own. You know what I mean? I appreciated the ending, and it made it more realistic. But I guess this is a game, people wanted to be more game-like and more like it's building up to be something whoa, like yeah, like whoa, you know what I mean? But it was really interesting, I ain't gonna lie. But I love the story, I like the back and forth. I love how I don't believe you even meet the lead character. I think at the end with a helicopter, that's pretty much all I remember from that. I don't even think you meet like the woman that you're talking to in the other tower. But I just love the atmosphere. It's basically a glorified walking simulator, but that's how you do a walking simulator right. Like that, and Death Stranding is literally a walking simulator. But if Death Stranding like would have held back on some of its like trudging through like the deep mountains, then it could have been on the like same level as Firewatch, because it is basically a walking simulator with dialogue, But you could just tell like the story, the atmosphere, how it looks, the like cell shaded, I believe the style is. I don't think that's. It's kind of like hand painted style. I don't really know the style, but just the overall how it looks, like it's kind of like between low poly and yeah, I mean, listen, bro, it was a good game. Just that's all you need to know. It looked good. The mystery was pretty good, and the banter was great. People, bro, it's either you either love banter in games or hate it. Trust me, I like the banter in Life is Strange. People said it was too like cringy, but I think that's what made it funny, was how terrible it was, But hey, it is what it is, bro. It was a really good game. Alright, so next, 12 minutes, the newest one out of the games I'm talking about. This game was really, really interesting, and it was interesting because of how much. This is the definition of quality over quantity. Yes, because it's one room. Well, technically, like one like small apartment, New York apartment style. You know what I mean? That's probably that apartment is like 5,000 a week anyway. But that's like it's like so condensed, but there's so much that can happen in the game. It is like you could do this, that, and that, and I love how it doesn't really handhold. That increases the hard how hard it is and actually completing it. Because if you were forced to do like the generic like talk to her about the dinner, then the call walks in, blah blah blah, then you will have an understanding of like, oh, this is how I beat this game. Because that game is mainly just establish a baseline of like this happens here. This is how the night would go if I followed it. What do I do different? But most people won't like complete the night how it's supposed to go, supposed to finish. So therefore they will get distracted, hung up, and confused. And it's it's you know what I mean. It's a really good game. It's such a small area, but so much is packed in. I watched a lot of people played it. It was hilarious watching, bro. Like when you play the game and finish it and you watch other people play, it's like, how do you not? Oh, you were so close to that. Wait, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like it's like even though you know what happens, it's a thrilling game. It has a lot of endings, and it's a pretty simple game. And you know, Defoe's in it. You know what I mean? That's the man. It's a really simple game that has like simple mechanics, but a crazy web of options. You know what I mean? Like truly, you could do it, like go anywhere, do anything. But to even have that much freeness, you have to have such a small level. Because what if they did that to a whole city? Like they said, oh, go talk to the barber down the shop about the picture. Go to this place. Go to your dad. Like it would have been more harder for them to make such a cohesive like story while keeping what you can do at the maximum. Because you can do pretty much anything. You can pick up anything. Are they gonna have like consequences? Probably not, but it lets you have that freedom, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was a really good game. The twist was crazy, I ain't gonna lie. And for people that like still went to bed with your sister, bro, that's that's crazy, I ain't gonna lie. But you know, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you know what I mean? Alright, for our last game is Tima Toma Tio. Bro, this game, bro, look at the screen, you know how to read, alright? Listen, but anyway, alright, listen, this is like the least popular game and like the most underground game of this list. But I don't even know how I found this game. It was just mainly, I remember seeing like an image of this game and I was like, whoa, I need to look what that game is. And this game is literally the definition of atmosphere. Like, you have like, basically what this game is, because I know y'all niggas don't know, is you get dropped off and like you're basically like a translator for an aliens that come down, and you gotta determine whether you nuke them or you be like, yeah, we cool, dap them up, you know what I mean? And you basically decipher their codes. Like each day, basically they want you to learn a different language, but you get the like index. Like if a circle means yes, if he says circle circle circle, man spamming yes, you know what I mean? So basically you try to decipher whether if the alien's a threat or not. And it's a really simple game, but the atmosphere is cranked up to 5,000, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, top tier. See, like it's such like that what mainly carries yeah, it holds it. You know what I mean? The atmosphere holds up most of the game to its like standard. If the atmosphere wasn't that crazy, it would have been like, you know, a little simple game, because it is truly just like a simple game where you just decipher code, kind of like Lock and like a couple other games such as that, where you just go around solving codes, but it just has like a different feel. So that's why it's on this list. It's like it's not that well known, but it's a really cool game. It's really interesting, and the atmosphere is amazing. Like if it was a VR version of this, it'll go crazy, just because of how well it looks and how well it translation. how well it translated. If it was if it was a bit more, if it was a bit more to the game, I think it would have popped off way more. But it's good for what it is. It's a good experience, and it does what it needs to do well. It says you're gonna learn whether or not these are the ops or not, and he's like, I bet. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the list. I got a couple more of these like lists of my favorite slash need to play slash cool game list things. I think this format's better than just talking about a game for 3 minutes and being like, oh, this cool, buy game, play game. You know what I mean? That's about it, bro. Just